This fascial stretch is going to be a standing one. It's going to be for the upper body. I really like to do it before a workout just to kind of get things moving. So we're going to start, stand straight. You're going to bring one arm up above your head and imagine lifting this arm up as tall as you can. Take this hand, we're going to pull it up even a little bit more. Arms look very long at this angle. And then you're just going to side bend over. Don't want to compress your back if that feels too tight. Come back up. If it's too much, so go over the side and hold. It's going to be a nice lateral line. We'll come back up. We'll do it with the other arm. Arms straight up, lift it up a little bit, pull up and over. Relax the head. And then come back up. So we'll breathe. Want to take 3 deep breaths into it. 3 deep belly breaths while you're here. And come back up. Shake out a little bit. Other arm up and over. Maybe you widen your stance a little bit. That can help. That's a lot better. And then you can play around. You can look up and twist up a little bit. Twist down. Maybe it's too much and you want to bring this hand down. Twist up, twist down. Okay, I'll do that to the other side. Up and over. I like to relax my head on the other arm so my neck isn't tight. Bring this hand down. Open up to the back a little bit. Look at that hand. To the front. And come back down and shake it out. So we're going to put our hips side to side. And just notice which hip feels a little bit easier to sink into. This side feels easier to me, so I'm going to push into that hip. This hand is going to come down. This one comes up. I'm going to do a nice side body stretch. And open that arm to the back and look backwards. And bring it to the front. If it feels good, you can take this arm off. It doesn't feel good to me, so I don't do it. And then we're just going to scoop down and around. Hang out at the bottom for a minute. Maybe your arms are super long and you want to fold them like this. Let it hang. And then slowly bend, soften your knees and roll back up. Then we're going to go to the other side. So this hip was easier for me. I'm going to sink into the other hip. Take this hand, put it down. Bring this arm up and over. I feel that in my hamstring even because that hamstring's tight. Bring your arm back. Look at the arm. Look at that back hand. Feel the stretch in your neck. Come back forward. Take this arm off. If it feels good to you. And then scoop down and around, hanging out in the middle for a minute. Deep belly breaths. Maybe you sway side to side a little bit here. Feel the hips. And then bend, soften your knees and roll back up. I'm going to go to the side. Have you take your hands, well, you don't have to turn to the side, I will. Lock your hands together. Make your arms like this. We're gonna stand up tall and we're gonna keep our arms straight while we just roll down. So we're gonna roll straight down. Arms are straight. there's a little bit of tension in the body for this one. Your arms stay straight to the ground. Take a couple deep breaths here. And then just roll back up nice and slowly, pausing anywhere that feels sticky. Like right there. And just roll all the way back up. And you can do that one 3 or 4 times. Next, we're going to shake it out. And we're going to go into our hips. So we're going to have our feet apart comfortably, legs pointed forward if that's comfortable. You don't have to stress it or anything. You're going to squat down. You can stay there. So we squat down, hands in prayer position. Sit up tall. Our neck's a helium balloon. Put your hands on the ground in front of you, wherever is comfortable. I usually start closer to the body. And then just let your head hang. A couple deep breaths there. And then with your hands still on the floor, you're going to straighten and come out of that into more of a plank. Again, this can sometimes create tension, so just stay here for a moment, deep breath, relax the upper body, melt into it. Okay, and we'll go back down into that squat. Bring your hands out just a little bit further if you can from the body. Same thing, relax. And straighten up, making our TP a little bit wider, triangle. Playing around where your head is, rock backwards a little bit, and then forward, and backwards. Those tiny, tiny little movements. We'll squat back down. Our hands go out a little bit further if possible. Deep breaths. And straighten up. Relaxing, hanging our head. And your hips side to side a little bit. Bend the knees, soften them, and then roll back up. Next thing we're going to do is a more common stretch, but we're going to switch it up a little bit. So you're going to stand your feet width apart. And when you roll down, I want you to wiggle side to side. Okay, so we're going to wiggle. Just getting every little nook and cranny. Go slow. Get all the little areas. I feel my ribs shift. Okay, and then just hang at the bottom. Your knees can be soft for this one. Right, and then we're going to come into a bicycle pedal position. But again, it's going to be a little bit different. So just go on the balls of your feet. Just notice the differences. And then pick whichever side feels a little bit easier. This side feels easier to me. So I'm going to keep that heel on the ground. If I can't keep my heel on the ground, then I need to come up a little bit, come closer, find whatever angled position works for me. And then I'm just going to lean side to side, which is different. We usually just go back and forth and do the calf for this, but we're going to go sideways. And you're going to feel it. I feel it everywhere. And come back to the middle and lean the other way a little bit. Middle. Lean out to the other side. And then pedal it out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Heel on the ground. Find the position you need to feel comfortable. And push that hip out. Come back to the middle. Lean the other way. Breathe into it. And pedal it out. We're going to come up and do the same thing, just closer to our body. So pedal it out, see which hip feels better, feels easier. Sink into that one, and then we're just going to lean side to side. Hold it there, take a deep breath. Come out, pedal it. Go to the side, on the other side. Getting that lateral body, that hip. And back to the middle, lean to the other side. And pedal it out. And then roll back up, doing our little wiggle. Making sure you don't skip over any areas. We don't want any pain, any tweaks, but we want to find those itty bitty little spots where we have restrictions and just really breathe into them, hold it. Knees can be soft for this. Wiggle all the way up, shake it out. And I like to end my stretches with tapping, so tapping helps the body release that physical and emotional energy. And I like to do that one before workouts. That's a really good one. That's a good fascial routine. I'll give it to people to try before a workout. I do it at the gym, and it kind of just gets the whole body moving and some flexibility in a lot of the areas that we're going to target during a workout.